In order to work, a story has to have rising action. But what is rising action? People don't really know what it is. So the first thing, rising action is the idea that things become more difficult as you get further into the story. And you need to do that because otherwise people tune out, right? Humans are habituating beings. If we see the same thing over and over at this level, we become bored, our minds turn off, we don't feel like we need to engage anymore. So you're trying to create a constant sense of tension that is holding people's attention by pulling them through the story, whether it's a novel or whether it's a film. And that means every time somebody tries to solve a problem, either they fail or the protagonist creates more complications that make it more difficult to fully solve the problem. So say you have a kid, I'm going to make this up as I go along, but say you have a kid who needs to get a sandwich for their family. Their family's hungry, the mother gives him the last $5 that she has in her purse in order to go buy a sandwich. And on the way to the store, the kid is confronted by bullies. And the kid is not very brave and he's not very big, and so he submits to the bullies and they take his $5. Now he doesn't have $5 and he doesn't have a sandwich. So what does he do? He goes to the store, and because he's not brave, he can't ask the owner of the store to give him a sandwich and he'll work it off, say. So instead, he tries to steal the sandwich. He steals the sandwich, the owner sees him, chases him out of the store, he runs away. Now he's wanted for stealing a sandwich. And as he runs away, he falls and drops the sandwich, and dogs eat the sandwich. So he can't return the sandwich to the store to get them to not call the police, and he doesn't have a sandwich to feed his family either, and he's stuck. He has created more complications for himself because he didn't face the problem that he had in the first place, which is the theme of the story. To those who are brave, go the spoils of victory, or be courageous and you will get what you need. And until he does that, he won't solve the problem of feeding his family. So instead of going back and getting that money from the people who stole the $5 and then taking the $5 to the store and saying this is what happened and explaining himself and just simply solving the problem, he makes it worse. He steals a car to go to the other side of town where they don't know him, and then he can maybe get a sandwich there. He can maybe steal a sandwich there and some apples and what have you. But he's a kid. He can't even see over the dashboard, so he drives the car into a pole before he goes 3 blocks. And now he's stolen a car, a sandwich, and he's smashed up the car and he's injured. So you're seeing that each time it's getting more complicated and more difficult. And so you're finding ways to make the problem harder every time to solve it, and the stakes to go higher. Because first he just needed a sandwich to feed his family, and now he's going to go to jail for 5 years for Grand Theft Auto. And that is rising action.